loss of a home, the ability to rent or purchase a home, and can even mean losing an employment opportunity. It is estimated that over the past 7 years, nearly 16 million Americans have received a negative credit rating, in many cases wrongfully so, and in many others without their knowledge. Hello everyone, I'm John Darren. Let me ask you some questions. Do you know the status of your credit report? Have you ever been denied credit and not been given a reason why? During the past few years, there have been numerous articles on the credit reporting industry. There are also books on the subject, some designed to show you how to fix your own bad credit. Well, during the next half hour, we'll show you how thousands of Americans who had no other place to go have changed their lives.
Today, I would like to discuss worldly matters. Matters such as the fact that Henry James couldn't describe a watch without pondering on the nature of the universe. Things like the fact that H.G. Wells was basically Rudyard Kipling with rocket ships and no sense of rhythm. Things like that. And as they occur to me, I will discuss further things of this nature. But I think it is incumbent upon me, as a world-famous celebrity, donator to charities, that is to say philanthropist, philatelist, and all-around nice guy, to thank the folks who've made this entire presentation possible. The sponsors, for example, Hope Light, slimmer than the Fat Pontiff's Catholics worship. You got your own Pope now, baby. You've come a long, long way. And the Wrong Hero is also brought to you by God Whistle. A special whistle only ye can hear. And be sure to watch for the Wrong Hero's line of children's books. First in the series, Winnie the Shit. You know, some people say that the Wrong Hero suffers from delusions of grandeur. Well, I will destroy them with a thought. For I am the Wrong Hero, and I am a non-violent hypocrite. You believe me, don't you? Or do you want trouble? The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by The Car, Robot Slave, Petting Zoo, and Whorehouse on Wheels. Now, as I mentioned, I am the Wrong Hero, and many of you are probably saying, so what? Well, unfortunately, I don't have a clever riposte for that. Why, it was only recently that I got out of long pants or short pants. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Tarantula Child. Is your spider or arachnid listless, sullen, lacking in pep? Well, feed him Tarantula Child. Scorpions love it too. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Malcolm X-ray Specs. With Malcolm X-ray Specs, you are able to instantly see through white hypocrisy, a hilarious optical illusion. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Gourmet Coffee. That's right, gourmet coffee for people who wish they still use drugs. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Somebody's Getting Tired, the first tranquilizer for children. And the Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Mr. Cesspool. Our slogan is, we carry the gray poop on. Well, let's see. Continuing this line. I don't like the vibrato on this. Let's see. Like I know what a vibrato is. That's a little better, but you know what? There's too much of a fade there. We'll try this one. That's more like it. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Cosa Nostra Condoms, because it's our thing. We'll try the English horn here. Now this is really important that I mention the following sponsors. The Wrong Hero is brought to you by I Can't Believe It's Not Raw Sewage, may contain some fecal matter, and by excrement. If you feel like shit, chew excrement. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Sacrament. Gets the smell of choir boy off your breath fast. Sacrament. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Shave Joe, the blue-collar French restaurant. Our motto, serve yourself. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by the Mask of Destiny. Hitler, Napoleon, Stalin, John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe. They all had one thing in common. They wore the mask of destiny. And now for $25, the mask of destiny can be, wait a minute, no, I'm keeping it because it's the mask of destiny. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by the penis. Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. But men like it too. On a more serious note, the Wrong Hero is brought to you by cataracts. Just when you think you've seen everything, cataracts. Remember, with cataracts, there's more than meets the eye. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Heartless Shelters, where the heartless go to hide from the homeless. Of course, some folks call that suburbs. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by the Roach Condominium. The Roach Condominium is a more upscale version of the famed Roach Motel or Roach Hotel. In the Roach Condominium, they don't call it garbage, they refer to it as designer filth, and over the Roach Condominium is a sign, bedbugs and silverfish, please use the servants' entrance. Well, let's see, now we have a very special sponsor that I would like especially to mention. And let's see, we have to find the appropriate theme. Follow the trail of ants to Abo Hut. Koalas and eucalyptus leaves, please leave them at the front door. Not responsible for lost or stolen boomerangs. MasterCard, Visa, and most major dingo pelts and spearheads are accepted. No platypuses or spiny anteaters, please. Come to our door tossing contest where you can watch us throw a real shrimp onto the Barbie at Hut. Come waltzing Matilda with us at Abo Hut. And now, I would like to deliver a few public service messages. Kids, stay in school, because we don't want you around here. Kids, you don't need drugs. Give them to me. I'd also like to mention autism, a game that one can play. I'm the wrong hero, and remember, if at first you don't succeed, it is because you failed to pay me tribute! I'd like to mention at this time that The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Saturn. You know, when we decided to design the Saturn car, we got together and had a little think tank going with trying to think of what to call our new car. And some of us said, well, should we call it Mars? No, that's too warlike. Others among us said, should we call it Venus? No. I know. We'll call it Saturn. Devours his own children. Great name for a car. We'll call it Saturn. And so we did. This episode of The Wrong Hero was also brought to you by television, autism in a drum, and by the motion picture industry. Remember, movies are exciting boredom. Enjoy some this weekend. The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by the Internet. Abandon thought, all ye who enter here. And of course, The Wrong Hero is brought to you by one of our favorite sponsors. And if only I could come up with the appropriate sound effect. Come to Timothy Leary's Crazy World of LSD. An Army Jeep, 15 cents. A piece of lint, $1 million. Only at Timothy Leary's Crazy World of LSD. You know, with all this talk of conspiracy theories going around, I thought I'd like to mention the biggest conspiracy of them all. Now, you may not agree with me on this one, but the biggest conspiracy of all is farmers. And you want to know why? Farmers are senile coots shackled to rusted tractors in the corn belt. They dress their wives in polka dot feed sacks. They vote Republican. And they control the nation's food supply. So my motto is, kill farmers. Also, kill Quakers because they won't fight back. I like to play games. For example, I like to pretend to be a soldier so I can smoke in hospitals. And now, the Wrong Hero presents Colonial JDs. Colonial JDs, yes. Whew, had to stop that one. Colonial JDs. Yes, back in colonial times, there were juvenile delinquents, and I think perhaps a typical day in a colonial village might have gone something like this. Hey, nice ox cart. Nice ox cart. Hey, look, the yoke. Let's go! Look out for that Indian! Ah! Don't help an indentured servant go bad. Lock your ox. Keep the yoke. This has been a message from Cotton Mather and John Winthrop. This is a tough one. I'd like to bring you some messages from the Wise Use Movement. Our slogan, microwave earthy. Here's another reminder. Don't play the lottery. Why even struggle? And that credit card you've been begging you to apply for in the mail? You know. What are you paying now? 18.9%, which is the prime rate plus 9.9%? Well, apply for our credit card and pay a special low introductory rate of 9.9% with no fee and up to 3 free credit cards for friends and relatives of yours to use in your name. Be careful of credit cards because credit cards are plastic spies. Well, you know, in the course of my researches, and you know that I am a very learned man, I'm asked to come up with slogans for various industries, such as recombinant DNA. Let's see. We bring things to life. Recombinant DNA, our slogan is, we break for biological disasters. My girlfriend's an existentialist, so I gave her a disengagement ring. Oh, but before I go, I have to be sure to mention the Elvis chess set. Look at the detailing on that Elvis chess set. Why, look at that replica of the king. He's got 11 different drugs in his body. This episode of The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Anti-Ivory Soap. It's black, it stinks like shit, it sinks to the bottom of the tub, but it's really good for your skin. Now, this episode of The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by As the World Spins, the first soap opera for drunks. And The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by the Indian Campground. Yes, the Indian Campground. Where you can play bingo with real peyote buttons. And by Einstein Acres. Remember, if you lived here at Einstein Acres, you'd be home by now. Relatively speaking. Einstein Acres, where all the smart people live. Now, this episode of The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by I&I Soap. I&I Soap. Him no foe. Him no lather. Him just punch you in the mouth. For trying to wash your dreadlocks. Hey, Ron, don't you know you're not supposed to wash dreadlocks? And now this public service message. Eliminate the middleman, because he has a funny name. Now, this episode of The Wrong Hero, by the way, is also brought to you by Elvis TV Repair. Repairing the King's broken television sets since 1975. If you get the urge to shoot out your television set just like Elvis used to do, bring it to Elvis TV Repair. We specialize in shattered picture tubes. This episode of The Wrong Hero is also brought to you by Morton Downey Fabric Softener and Seasoning. Both softens and corrodes the fabric of public discourse. And this Wrong Hero episode is also brought to you by Old Scapegrace 151 proof rum. And The Wrong Hero, of course, is brought to you by the automobile industry. Bringing you feudalism with rocket slugs since 1888. Or is that 1893? Well, our founder, Henry Ford, said history is bunk. So it doesn't really matter now, does it? Well, before I go, I have to certainly mention that the circus is coming to town. That's right, the circus. Kids of all ages. Basically, idiots. Love the circus, you know. Because the circus is the only swell stuff, like manic depressive chimpanzees, chained to stakes. Let's see. No, actually, manic depressive chimpanzees playing handball with their own caca, and evil, sadistic ringmasters with long, twirly mustaches, cracking whips at critters chained to stakes, and of course, alcoholic clowns falling off their unicycles. By the way, I'm the wrong hero. I am judge, jury, and executioner. And needless to say, I don't get much sleep. Now, The Wrong Hero would like to mention that the beloved Fats Domino is in the hospital from nervous exhaustion. Now, I've often wondered about Fats Domino's song, I Found My Thrill on Blueberry Hill. You know, if I weighed 400 pounds and I found a hill made entirely out of blueberries, I'd get a pretty large charge out of that myself, you know what I mean? Now, here's an interesting anecdote. Do you know how Chubby Checker got his name? Well, it seems as though the wife of the record executive was trying to decide what to name their new singing star, and she saw a picture of Fats Domino and said, I know, we'll call him Chubby Checker. But you know, if she had thought for just 15 seconds more, she might have come up with an even better name. Something like, Obese Chess. Or, oleaginous backgammon. Something like that, if you know what I'm saying. Well, now is a very special time because we're going to talk a little bit about the tag team matches between famous advertising figures. So hold on to your hat because here it comes, round one. Charlie Tuna versus Morris the Cat. Well, Morris the Cat ate Charlie Tuna and should be disqualified, but nevertheless, Morris the Cat is the winner of that round. Round two, the Pillsbury Doughboy Boy versus Mr. Clean. Well, Mr. Clean in a walk, of course. The Keebler Elves versus the California Raisins. Well, the Keebler Elves, of course, they're evil, so they win. Ronald McDonald versus Mikey in round four. You know Mikey from the famous and beloved Life cereal commercial ads. Well, Ronald McDonald gets that too because, as you might have guessed, he too is evil. Well, and then it's the Snuggles Bear in round 5 versus Tony the Tiger. Well, Tony the Tiger takes it, no question. Orville Redenbacher versus Colonel Sanders. Well, the Colonel has quite a few tricks up his sleeve, so I'm afraid that the Colonel is the winner of that round. Now, Famous Amos versus Chef Boyardee is our bout for round 7, and Famous Amos takes it in a walk. Jimmy Dean versus Paul Newman in round 8, and it's Jimmy Dean in a walk. Ben Gay versus Mr. Whipple. Well, you might not believe it, but Mr. Whipple whips Ben Gay. And Jolly Green Giant versus Paul Bunyan. Well, Paul Bunyan wins that one too. And now our 2 special matches. Round 11, Superman and the Justice League versus Christ and the 12 Apostles. Well, Superman has his hands full with Christ, but the Justice League has no problem with the 12 Apostles. So it's what they call a Mexican standoff. And of course, Christ, being the humble guy that he is, decides not to dispute the decision by the judges. So it's Superman and the Justice League. And of course, Spider-Man versus the military-industrial complex. And as always, the military-industrial complex conquers everything. So that's the results. And now we have the results coming in from the semifinal rounds. Well, it's Mr. Clean over Morris the Cat. Ronald McDonald kills the Keebler Elves 1 by 1. Colonel Sanders throws Tony the Tiger in a gigantic bat, boils him down to Tiger Ball. Jimmy Dean manages to frighten Famous Amos into surrendering. Paul Bunyan crushes Mr. Whipple. And I'm afraid the military-industrial complex manages to defeat Superman and the Justice League of America. Well, now we're getting into the final rounds. And let's see. I see from my chart that Ronald McDonald defeats Mr. Clean, and Colonel Sanders defeats Jimmy Dean. Hey, Jimmy Dean, Mr. Clean. Jimmy Dean, Mr. Clean. And let's see. This is a tough one to decide here. I guess Paul Bunyan and the military-industrial complex are deadlocked, but it's the military-industrial complex, finally. So now we're coming to the final rounds. Let's just face it, Ronald McDonald, Colonel Sanders, and all those guys, Paul, they don't have a chance against the military-industrial complex, so of course it's the military-industrial complex is the winner, as always. Well, I thought you might like to know that I wrote a letter to myself, and I answered it. And the letter to myself read, "Dear Wrong Hero, you're great. Signed, me." And in answer to this letter, I said, "Dear me, I enjoyed your letter very much, especially the parts about myself. Signed, the Wrong Hero." Well, I am the Wrong Hero, and I don't think I should have to remind you of this, but I'm going to anyway. I am actually talented. Now, I'd like you to know that in this great country of ours, opportunity knocks. But it knocks loudest on the nicest doors. Well, I'm the Wrong Hero, and making you laugh is not a part of my job description, so if I fail to make you laugh, then tough. I'm the Wrong Hero, and one last thing, I should discuss this. This presentation is called As Seen on TV, and it's an old Indian word, as seen on TV, which has been anglicized for we Americans. And as seen on TV was an Indian charm, and it had the effect of hypnotizing anybody into purchasing whatever it was that the Indians were trying to sell. mostly owl pellets and, squirrel pelts and pemmican and the like. Yeah, the Indians, where would we be without the Indians? I mean, they gave us birch bark canoes, potato chips, and beef jerky. 3 things without which 20th century civilization obviously could not exist. So anyway, this is The Wrong Hero, and this has been As Seen on TV.
When the big black book first started here in the Middle East, we started doing something which we've kept on doing to this very day. Yeah, you might call it the miniature biography. It's an audience participation number, so if one of you would pick an occupation, janitor, and one of you pick a locality.
In a jar.
What? In a jar. No, I mean a city in the continental United States. Buffalo. Okay, a prison janitor in Buffalo, New York. A woman's prison janitor in Buffalo, New York. You ever see that movie, Caged Women? Well, I was in that movie. I was the technical consultant. Because you know what they say about women. I'm sorry, but I sort of lost my composure. Well, these women, they like little treats, like all women do. They like lipstick, and they like pantyhose. And what they gonna do to get it? I already got a complete set of New York Mets baseball cards. And now I know how to meet women. Should I just start out close to you? Call car, flash lights behind you. Well, now, if cars ran on blood alcohol, you could just race your engine by the time he stopped you. You'd be sober. God, see, that's not going to get you. How about a nice southern joke? Let's make fun of southerners. Yeah, father siren here. Say yes. Yeah, I was visiting my friend Earl in Louisville, Kentucky. And he had a hound dog and was licking his balls. And I said, gee, Earl, I wish I could do that. And Earl, he said, get to know him first. I met up with my girlfriend. It was a touching reconciliation. I wish you all could have been there. she was saying, should we have kids? And I was saying, maybe we should get married first. And I said, I'd like to buy a house. And she said, maybe you should get a job first. Well, I was thinking about all the jobs I've ever had and all the jobs I ever got fired from, and you know something? They were one and the same. It's because the attitude I have at work, it's like, hold on just half a minute, please.
Hey! Hey, what is this anywhere, huh? What's going on here? Hey, buddy! Buddy! Hey! Yo! You in the red hat! Oh! Yo! Glasses! Sweater! Scarf! Yes! Alright, I want to borrow your scarf. Thanks, Al.
No problem. Let's see, how can I do this? That's right, okay. Now I got 3 minutes to finish this up before Jeffrey rips my lungs out. So.
Wow!
All right, yeah. Sweater free! With a 2-inch fuse. But serious. Yeah. I had all sorts of jobs, you know. I had a job as a glass eye maker, but I got fired because I painted the CBS logo on all the eyes. I want to get a job inventing bumper stickers. Do you think they have cars in them?
No.
No, what do you mean? Then how could it be fucking heaven if there are no cars, huh? Well, if they had cars in heaven, I was just thinking of the kind of things they would have on the bumper stickers, like caution, Messiah on board, or honk if you are Jesus, or ask me about my previous lives. Thank you. And, there's all going to be all the sinners, they're going to have cars too, they're going to go to hell now. What's it going to say on the bumper stickers from hell? What the hell are you looking at? Ask me about my eternal torment. And honk if you betrayed our Lord. And the license plate reads J-U-D-A-S. Oh, I go too far. Dude, and I was thinking about my job and how I could never hold a job. Well, my boss, he comes up to me and says, Frank, how can you be so stupid? Frank, I can't understand this. How can you be so stupid? And I go up to him and I say, boss, it ain't stupidity. It's sabotage. Well, on that note, there's this thing Boston does the Beatles. And I was thinking, what if they got some good bands,
Take it off!
And you get, oh,
Boston! Yeah!
back to the point. The good bands. The good bands do the Beatles songs like the Volcano Sun. It's like, girl, I wanna hold your hand.
You know, that way, Ray, when you bought them?
No, but they sure are now. Say, what about those Red Sox? Geez, I'm falling for right now. Okay, the Zulus do I Want You. I want you. Thank you. The Well Babies do Michelle. Michelle, my belle. I'm living in an alcoholic psychosis. And Ed's Redeeming Qualities do The One After 909.
Redeeming Qualities.
Girl, I'm right on the one after 909. And that brings us right to the main event.
Redeeming Qualities. Yeah! Yeah!
know, it's a bumper sticker. Yeah. Now, I like to introduce a lot of employees get on stage, which is like really amateur shit. Who gives a fuck? You know, what were we on? We had a college place for young something. We have Dom on guitar. And he's doubling on fourth on one bottle. Dan plays ukulele. Harry is the guitarist and also the violinist. And Nino plays not only the bongos, a very difficult thing to do, but also he plays rice in a coffee can. And in his tape, it's I'm sorry, right? Before you get into our Dalton-Kay, I have it wrong for years. Hold on, let's go. Hey, have you read the news? Me neither. See, we already got something in common. On paper? Oh, great. What is this, the Blues Brothers or something? Some art of destruction. Yeah, this magic charm will protect me from all hurled projectiles. I was thinking about how, kneecapping, 10 points, 10 yards. I was thinking about a phrase book. You know, they have those phrase books for people going to foreign countries and they don't know one word of the language, and it enables them to say important things like, Siberia. You know, well, I was thinking we ought to have one of those for babies. A baby phrase book with important phrases like, I'm wet, or kitty's in the dryer. I broke all the toys. Are you wrestling? Why are all the grown-ups having fun? Now, and of course, you also get into advanced phraseology. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Well, shucks. I want to tell you about a guy who's so low down and mean, so ornery, such a mean cuss. They threw him out of limbo. His name is Hiram Diener. And the guy who works at limbo says, I've had it with this guy. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to send him back to Earth, put him on unemployment, make him live in a trailer park in Little Rock, Arkansas, and let him have a girlfriend named Veronica. So, the scene opens with Veronica saying, here you go. Howard, why don't you go out and get a job? And he says, why should I? And she says, well, we've been living on canned beans and Vienna sausages, and you know I'm a vegetarian. Besides, I think I might be pregnant. Why didn't you take the morning after pill? What's that? Absorbine Junior. And she says, why, Hiram, don't you love me no more? And he says, I don't love you. I just love the fuck. And she says, does that mean we're not getting married tomorrow? Well, he leaves, and she sings a little song. And the name of the song is, My Man is Meaner Than the Devil to Me. She has a very bad voice, by the way. The devil buys his girlfriend all kinds of pretty things. a brand new fur necklace, bracelet, and diamond rings, but not me. My man is meaner than the devil to me. You're flat-chested, you're no cutie, you're not pretty, you're no beauty queen. I'm sorry that I ever met you. The devil went to college, got an advanced degree. The devil and his girlfriend both live in luxury, but not me. My man is meaner than the devil to me. He's not evil, just half crazy, mean and selfish, slow and lazy. I'm sorry that I ever met him. The devil isn't stingy, he likes to spend his pay. He spends it on his sweetie, he buys her something every day. But not me. My man is meaner than the devil to me. You're a fatso, you're a loser, you're a whore, and you're a loser. I'm sorry that I ever met you. The devil isn't jealous, he shows no jealousy. My man is always jealous, he always gives the third degree to me. My man is meaner than the devil to me. Where you going, don't believe you, here you're staying or I'll leave you. I wonder why I never let him leave me. I'm sorry that I ever met him. I don't know why I never let him. My man is meaner than the devil to me. The next scene takes place at Little Rock, Arkansas, where he's skipped town, so he doesn't have to support his pregnant girlfriend. And they gave him a job at the local bacteriological warfare plant, and he's like the first week on the job, and he said, I don't like working around all this bacteria. And his coworker says, if you think this place is bad, you ought to try working in our cafeteria. So anyway, they send him out. They have him drive the truck with all the bacteria in the back to the storage compound, but he takes a wrong turn, he smashes into a concrete pillar, and 150,000 people die, including him. He goes up to heaven, right? They don't want him up there. And they say, so you're the man who killed 150,000 people. What? I didn't mean it. That's true. You managed to escape on a technicality. Nonetheless, I have no option but to send you elsewhere. He wakes up and sounds in his ears. Where am I? You're in hell. Do you see that pit? That is where the souls of the damned burn in eternal torment. He squints down there and he says, kind of reminds me of a cigarette lighter on one tag. The devil. I like you. You and me are going to be big pals. You, me, Veronica. Veronica? What's she doing here? Hey, buddy, why do you think they call it hell? Listen, you have to pay for your crimes somehow. So, anyway, months later, Hiram's making something of a success of himself down in hell. And the devil invites him over for a drink. And the devil's like bragging about his new place. Hey, I like that track lighting I put up there. Pretty good, huh? Hey, I got a maid. She doesn't do windows. But the joke's on her, because we ain't got no windows in this place. Hey, how do you like my jukebox there? Want to hear some music? Well, what do you got? Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, Helen Wheels, Helen Ready, Sympathy for the Devil. Hey, what you drinking? Heaven Hill. Listen, Dad, you you've made hell a really memorable experience for me, but is there any chance of my getting out of here? Oh, no, I can't let you go. You're too valuable to me. Listen, I want you to run things for me. I gotta take a little trip. You knew I was gonna take a little plane trip, didn't you? And Hiram says, I sure did. I put a $1 million insurance policy on your life. Then the devil does a little song to end the number. I know where you live, I know how to give you a real hard time. I know where you live, you lousy bum, I'm not that dumb. I know where you live, and I believe I'll give you free. I know where you live, I know where you dwell, I know where you live, I know where you dwell, I know where you live, I know where you dwell, and I can give you hell. Thank you. I love you so much, anxiety. You're so gracious. I love you all. Thank you. I love you all. Come up here. Come up here. I'll give you the Miss Saudi Arabia award. Miss Lebanon. Upbeat, huh? What? The Americans. When Quebec had extra power to sell from its hydroelectric dams, who was there to buy it? Not China, not Soviet Russia, the Americans. When Iran wanted those tow missiles so they could shoot down Iraqi jets, who was there to sell them to them? Not Israel, not West Germany, the Americans. When the Soviet Union needed help because their people were becoming irradiated from the Chernobyl disaster, who was there to send medical aid? Not Fiji, not Guyana, the Americans. When Bhopal exploded, releasing toxic gases all over the Indian atmosphere, who was there to offer $800,000? Francis was. The Americans. Are you not an American, Francis? When the Sultan of Brunei wanted to do the United States a big favor, who was there to solicit $100 million to divert to the Nicaraguan Congress? I'll tell you one thing, it wasn't Fiji, it was the Americans. When Ronald Reagan was exercising in the White House, and he put 1.5 inches on his biceps during his term of office, who was there to admire him? Not the Canadians, not the Argentinians, it was the Americans. And when Ronald Reagan lost 1.5 inches off his brain, who was there to applaud every move he made? Francis! No, it wasn't me. Yeah, that's right. It was George Bush. Danny Quayle. Danny Quayle. God, Danny Quayle. Oh, I love him. He was in a movie, you know. It was called Cars Without a Rebel. Yeah, you know, George Bush was also in a movie. It was called A Connecticut Yuppie in King Arthur's Court. A yuppie goes back in time and discovers that a boar's head will not fit in a Cuisinart. And the beautiful Marilyn Quayle. It's all going to come out. Why did George Bush pick Dan Quayle as his vice president? Do you really want to know? Yeah. It's going to come out in the newspapers 2 years from now. Big headline. Bush to Congress. I slept with Marilyn Quayle. Hey, it's going to be. Wish I had said I fucked Marilyn Quayle. They would have picked that in the newspaper. That's dangerous. Do you realize how dangerous to say things about our leaders? Yeah, it used to be. It used to be foolish and hazardous, but not downright dangerous. I love the CIA. You know, I kid the CIA. They kill me. Literally. No, really. I love the CIA. I mean, someone's got to do it, right? Where was I? jail goes over on a lower plane. It's like out of crime. Isn't that pitiful? Our public discourse has been reduced to the level of a talking dog in a trench coat. What do the other countries think of us when they see stuff like that? Huh? I mean, the Japanese make people swim in vats of molasses in order to win 50 yen on their game shows, you know. But, you know, we can take that with a grain of salt, because they make their guests into, you know, the people who go to Tokyo to stay in their hotels, they put them in washing machines. This was years ago. They have these hotels, line after line of like these big washing machines with televisions and stuff. It's really wild. Hey, how do I get in on this? Our equivalent is the cardboard box in Times Square over the heating grate, you know? It's really wonderful. Isn't nature grand? What are you going to do with all the homeless bums? Give them a cardboard box. Everybody will be happy. The people who manufacture cardboard boxes and the people who are thinking that the homeless are a national disgrace. My mind was like trying to grasp on to the next thing, and it just slipped its gear. Too bad. I should have just cut that one off right in the middle and gone on to the other one. Oh well. You ever get arrested by a Quaker policeman? It's a novel experience because he says he has the right to remain silent, which is a basic tenet of our faith. Anything thee sayest can and shall be held against thee. Probably not, because we forgive thee. Well, now that Jeffrey's here, we can get out of the hot spot and let the master of ceremonies take over. Geez, you know, I just jumped up here. This is a formal routine. And you know, I have to go from the nice guy who's trying to make you all laugh into a brutal, strong-armed thug who's going to extort $1 off of you. So, Jeffrey, come up here and tell us a story. Tell us a story like the one about the girl you fingered behind the trailer home when you rent the trailer home. Well, then tell the one about the time that you, I'd like to be a hobo and live in the woods. I love that story. It's really wonderful.
hear that story?
Please tell me. I'm sure a lot of people here have heard it.
Everyone here has heard that story.
No, not John Hanson, and not Elaine Garcia, and not Tom Blue.
I haven't heard it. All right. For your
Jeff. Work it out. Work. Oh, yeah. Okay, just an impression before I let Jeff take over. Before I demand him to take over, because I'm fucking him. My impression of James Brown. Thank you.
All right, next we have Francis, because he begged someone to let him up here.
Okay, he's studying contrast.
Next we have Ellen Carter.
Next we have Friends. Because he begged. I'm not ashamed of it, man. Did my laundry yesterday. This is like minimal comedy now. It's comedy that you're not meant to really laugh at, but just sort of chuckle. It's genial comedy. If it gets any more genial here, I'm going to have to do performance art instead. Alright. Alright. Class. I just visited Michael Jackson yesterday. Oh, God, I must have left this. What can I say? I did my laundry yesterday, and you know, my laundry is sort of like my sex life. It happens deer or who fuck first, huh? I don't know. I do have to go on a diet, I do, and I think that the best and most effective way to go on a diet would be pretend the food is talking to you.
Don't hate me. I'm just a little egg. If you eat me, I'm gonna give you cereal.
Hey, who do you think you're poking that for, Buster? I'm a steak. I'm gonna get all my steer buddies after you if you watch out.
Okay, impressions.
Put the girl back on.
Put the 12-string guitar woman who was here last week everybody loved. Nobody said she was beautiful. Nobody said I was beautiful either. They never will. Okay, first impression. This is the deer hunter.
Go ahead, Johnny, go ahead. Wow.
Okay, well, this is Baby Huey standing in a pot of boiling water.
Hey! You're trying to eat me!
This is the deer hunter standing in a pot of boiling water.
Go ahead, Johnny, go ahead.
Oh well. I like this little guy.
Hi, I'm not Bobby Precious. I'm Bobby Precious Ghost. Somebody cooked me and ate me.
Well, but that is not you. I figured as long as you got it from, you might as well use it. Speaking of which, contemplate, please, this poster. Don't these guys look like something you'd rather forget? I'm going to hang it in my kid's bathroom. Okay, Johnny, go potty so all your little friends can come out and play. Oh, well. Yeah, I'll say. The Soviet Union, we ought to give them a cable network of their own. We could call it CCCCPNN, the Communist Cable Network. And a commercial would go something like this. This is your brain. This is your brain on capitalism. And comrades, the yoke is on you. Wow. Anyway, yeah. Hey, I'll tell you, my audience, I love it because I get all my best material from it. Practically. Couldn't do much worse than I am. Yeah, they talk about how mean roaches are, you know, how unattractive their egg cases are when they lay them on your kitchen table. But what do they say about us? Those humans, they park their egg cases in front of shopping malls. They wind the windows up. Oh, the door's opening. The kids are coming out, they're hatching. Alright, run into the main bit, which is Jesus in the automobile age. The parable of the wise and foolish drivers. The foolish drivers run out of gas on the Southeast Expressway at 4:30. The wise drivers took the tea. The Sermon on the Mount. Suffer thou the little children to cross against the light. Woe unto ye drivers of vans, for thou art a generation of vision-obstructing vipers. Do unto pedestrians as thou would have them do unto thee. Those who are not with the flow of traffic are against it. Blessed are the old men in beat-up Buicks who thirst for righteousness, for their tanks shall be filled. Blessed are they who are persecuted for stopping at red lights, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Whoever looketh upon a Lamborghini, a Maserati, a Ferrari, or other 12-cylinder Italian sports cars is lusting in his heart. He has already sinned against American-made goods. If thy right headlight offend thee, pluck it out, for it is more profitable to thee that one of thy parts be replaced than that the whole car should go to the junkyard. This stentorian sound here sounds like Uncle Sam, the voice of Uncle Sam reaching down to get tax evaders. Did you pay your taxes this week? Jeffrey Gagnon is the host of this show. He's not here this week. He's going to cab driving school. And I don't know how many of you folks here know Jeffrey or know of him. I know a few of you.
I ain't riding in his cab.
Well, that's just what I was thinking. I would pay to ride in his cab. Can you think of all the great stuff that would happen? I mean, it would be like a party on wheels. I don't know.
Well, what's the punchline?
Well, I don't know if there's a punchline. It's like, how come you're, I asked you to take me to East Boston, Mr. Cab Driver. Why are you going south? Because I'm living in an alcoholic psychosis. You know, that's the punchline. I'm making fun of Jeffrey when he's not here. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a trader now, but if I work hard, I'm going to work my way up to backstabber, you know? I don't know. Everything's trading. Going to elementary school, it sort of trains you for your later career as a sharking malingerer. The afternoon nap is replaced by the 2 martini lunch. Your boss is your teacher. None of this is really funny. Just
Get off there.
yeah, get out of here. Alright, so without much further verbiage, is it okay with these men in the void if I bring up this man, Stephen? Well, please stick around for the void, who are our featured act for this evening, and please give what we have now printed in stereotype a warm Middle East welcome to Stephen with a PH.
Comedy material, Francis DiMenno. All right, let's hear it, Francis.
Thank you. Elvis is back. That's right. Elvis is back. And he's more a piece of himself than ever before. When I woke up this morning, got my breakfast in bed. Wait, hold on, that don't move it. That's the real normal skin. Well, I woke up this morning, my breakfast in bed, and I don't Thank you.
Hi, Tim.
I wrote a little poem on Arsenio Hall, which is kind of unfair because I've never actually seen Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall. No arse, no balls, can't see him at all. Arsenio Hall. I don't know, maybe he's a nice guy, maybe he gives to the poor, right? Here's another one, it's called Alcohol and Exercise. Alcohol and exercise. Build your stomach, build your thighs. Brings the red out in your eyes. Alcohol and exercise. Thanks. Shucks. What else? You know, my pickup lines, I gotta work on some new ones. I've been following the example of my alcoholic uncle. His name's Uncle Al, but everybody calls him Uncle Alky. Here's his pickup line.
Hey, baby, can I carry your purse for you?
You know, oh boy. And, you know, I only want a woman who doesn't want me. If the woman throws herself at me, I think, how desperate can she be? I don't know. You ever think about being a superhero? What's a superhero? It's somebody who wears a mask and gets to beat people. Why don't we put masks on our policemen? I don't know. Can I see your badge number? You can see my badge number. You can't see my face as I pummel you into insensibility. You have the right to remain silent, which is pretty likely since I beat you to a pulp. This whole thing about gods, I'm such a sacrilegious guy. I was thinking of the notion of a super god. And it would be in true Marvel Comics fashion, would have this pretentious title like, By Judas Betrayed. What do you gods know about the Happy Valley Death Squad? I can see that you already know everything. Now you must die. This is a job for a super god. Super god! super god, protector of omniscient beings everywhere, disguised as Jehovah, a mild-mannered deity from a great Western civilization. He fights an eternal battle, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You ever had a dog food called Praise? It has this like really sycophantic announcer. Dogs love praise. Dogs love the taste of praise. That's a great notion. What about a religion for dogs? You could call it heel. I don't know. Can I say a word about greed? Greed. It's coming back. It's the all-new, old-fashioned greed. It's older than ever. And it's looking mighty good. It rhymes with devil. How's this? Be a hostage and see the world. Or at least a very small part of it. What's Reagan going to do besides, when he gets tired of the lecture circuit, maybe he'll pitch ads on television like, Reagan for deodorant.
Better put it on right now, cowboy, or there's going to be a whipping.
Poor Kitty Dukakis. Alcoholism is such a tragic disease, especially when it sneaks up on you after 3 whole months. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with Marines if there's no more wars? Are they going to have, they're going to teach them handicrafts, of course.
Get that ball of wool out of my sight, Private. All right, man. Line up, you maggots. Today we're making lace doilies. Move it, give me 20.
The 14th Flower Rangers, sir. The 3rd Interior Decorator Squad, sir. That needs work. But, okay, the notion of everybody being a hero of some sort or other, it's Super Granny. I, Super Granny, will now make everything mildly innocuous. I'll stop that baby crying. I'll make 1 cup of tea out of 3 tea bags. I'll make 3 cups of tea out of 1 tea bag, because I'm Super Granny. Okay, just one last thing. And thank you all, by the way, for coming out. We don't have cavemen in the United States. Our equivalent of cavemen is cowboys. And Europeans don't have cowboys. Their equivalent of cowboys are cavemen. Switch them around and watch the fun. Well, out there, Tyrannosaurus Rex is the biggest doggy I ever hog-tied.
That mouse dog who looks like a Neanderthal caveman. What are we going to do?
A nice little anecdote. I went down to Louisville and I visited my friend. His name was Earl. And he had this old hound dog. We were sitting on the back porch. And the old hound dog was licking his balls. And I says to him, gee, I sure wish I could do that. And Earl says,
Get to know him first.
well, I'm glad I was able to help you guys and get to know you. And I'm glad you were getting to know me. And my name's Francis DiMenno. We've been delaying this for so long, but please, my introduction, my pleasure, my privilege, my praise. Dogs love praise. The boy.
Yeah, whale, Frank.
This isn't a joke, it's a story. I like to tell stories. Storytelling is my life. Well, the howling multitudes. I think you guys. People are whooping now.
Come in, Francis.
At a recent Elton John concert, the patrons, instead of clapping, all whooped. It is believed they got this from the Spike Jones film, in which the black patrons of the fraternity were imitating their hero, George Clinton, in Atomic Dog. It's true. Well, this is about a man, too. It's called Screwdriver. Anybody hear of Screwdriver? Yeah. Studios rule. There was an article in the Boston Globe about a week ago, and it had a big profile on all the skinheads,
Skinheads can't read.
Yeah, that's right. But that's exactly right. They had to ask their mothers if they could be skinheads. And they went from 14. Intense vomiting? Yes, sir. I love intense vomiting.
The skinheads don't like kites and Jews.
I don't want to be a skinhead no more. I just met a nerd that I could go for. Well, this is a story about Screwdriver. I didn't know who they were, and I got this t-shirt with their face on it at one point in my life.
What face?
Well, all their faces.
Oh.
And it had Screwdriver on it. I said, hey, this is a cool sure. Rad. I'm gonna wear it to all the concerts I go to. So I started wearing it, I walked into here, everybody's giving me really fishy looks, like all these hippies, all these hippies with their heads tied back like that, they're all going like that, and a week later, a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey man, I thought you were a cool guy, when I started wearing that screwdriver shirt, I didn't know what to think." I said, "What? What's wrong with that?" "Hey man, there's a skinhead group, man, there's a skinhead group." I said, "Oh, jeez, sorry, I didn't know." But I just read something which said that it is the duty of the journalist to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable.
That's right.
So I decided I'd wear the shirt again to see what would happen.
Tell us, brother.
I'm just a fucking troublemaker at heart.
Well, where is it?
Well, I'm not wearing it today. What do you think this is?
I'm trying to make trouble.
Who do you think I am? It's Race Riot Man. So I wore it to TT the Bears, which is next door.
Oh, they deserve it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't even get past the door person.
No.
Before somebody said to me, "Hey man, you wear that screwdriver shirt. Hey, that's a skinhead group." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I took it off and I put it on backwards. And this girl that was working the doorway said, "You're really a slave to fashion, aren't you?" Well, that's my story about skinhead.
So bogus, friend.
Hey, but it's true. It's all true. It may not be funny, but it's true.
Oh, okay.
Alright? That's what I used to always say. People would say, "That's not funny." But, it's a pretty lame excuse. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Were you the class clown?
I was a class clone. I used to wear lumberjack jackets and little furry hats. Yeah. Go on, someone else say for me. I love this energy. What's wrong with you now? What's wrong with me now? I got a 2-inch dick and it's a 10-inch dick world, man. I'll tell you. What can I say? I think I've said enough, actually. But,
Well, really.
bring on the dancing goils! Yeah. How come we never get any dancing goils in here? That's what I want to know. Can you see? Well, I'll do my impression.
Nice kick, nice kick. Hey, join the movement or what?
Thank you. Thank you.
Does he look happy?
And now here's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Day. Jeffrey Day.
Well, thank you all for coming to J-Gag's Big Black Book. Let's hear it for a man who only calls himself Joe. God, and now, I hear that people have short attentions. What was I going to say? Thanks, Mike. Our sound man, Mike. Our waitress, Carolyn. What? No applause for a waitress. What did you do, sniff or something? Pioneering a diet. Oh, in case you guys don't realize it, I'm a comic now. I'm telling jokes. These guys have been setting up while I tell jokes, I guess. Yeah, really superior working conditions here at the Middle East, I'll tell you. I'm pioneering a diet. Oh no, not another one of these lame diet jokes. But trust me, this is a good one. I'm pioneering a diet. It's called the 4 beers for breakfast diet. Brain fat just melts away like magic. And for lunch, the exercise diet. Shed ugly brown pounds in seconds. Boy, I'll tell you. Maybe I just should skip all this stuff and just get right into the main thing. Maybe I should. You know how Reagan traded his, he traded weapons for arms in Iran for hostages? I think maybe he should have traded his cabinet for hostages. We'd be all better off. I don't know. Maybe he should have, gave them the shuttle and kept the weapons. Ooh, boy, I'll tell you. Alright. Well, these jokes are really lame. I should bully you guys into laughing. Does that ever work? Alright. God damn it! America, go blue! The Kid Food Show, stand-up post, yeah. Reagan get retired at the Grecian Formula 44 people, I guess they're kind of out of luck now. So they're going to come up with the Grecian Formula 44 million. Put it on your hair and it enables you to marry the pretty widow of the slain ex-president. What a sticker. Alright, I'm going to turn into Dino De Niro. Alright, thank you. How long time people do it out there? Sure, it's good to see all you lovely ladies. And all you fine gentlemen. Sure is. Why I never had such a good time in all my life. Pardon my French. Yeah, I'd like to tell you a little story about an uncle of mine. His name was Uncle Al, but everybody called him Uncle Alfie. And I remember clear as a bell, like it was yesterday, the first thing Uncle Al ever said to me.
Somebody's gonna be shit out of luck if I don't get a fucking drink up here. Pronto.
Yeah, good old Uncle Al. I remember the first thing his boss ever said to him.
You're dropping the pack of lasagna! I kill you!
Yeah, you're real well, too. It's like me. Yep, he promoted him. They put him in the dishwasher. And I was just a little kid. I had to go to the restaurant where I worked, and I used to say to him, Uncle Alfie, why are you elbow deep in filth? So, anyway, Valentine's Day. Every Valentine's Day is like a real love story with Uncle Al. He used to sit down at the table with a tall drink phone. He'd be ruminating over his past.
My wife left me. I never got a break. She poured my beer in the goldfish bowl. Women. I'll tell you about women. You know what women do? They stay at home and we go out and get all the time. I gave her a present. I gave her some steel wool pads. They even had soap in them. Women want security. I go up to my wife and I says to her, baby, I can't give you no security, but I can give you a security deposit. No wonder she left me. I'm nothing but a no good bum.
And I'd say to him, Uncle Alfie, you're plenty good enough for me.
Thank you. Here's $1. Go out and get yourself some deodorant, kid. You just stink. Kid, a guy going after a woman is like the dog chasing after a car. Once he catches her, you don't know what to do with her. Kid, I'll tell you what I am. I'm a greyhound. I'm a greyhound and I'm straining at the leash. I'm straining at the leash. I'm whining and I'm whimpering and I'm pissing. And I'm looking at that pretty little poodle thinking of something. I'm going to end up marrying a Cocker Spaniel.
He had a girlfriend, her name was Mabel. Aunt Mabel, she understood. She understood that Uncle Alfie had a mission in life. Yes, Uncle Alfie had a mission in life. He had a mission to drink all the alcohol in the world. Yeah. Well, she tried to keep him sober by drinking it all first. But it never worked out. Well, just to round out this here Valentine's Day story, old Uncle Al, he'd come up to me and he'd say,
Hey, youngster, you got a girlfriend?
and I'd say to him, Uncle Al, I'm only 8 years old. Well, thank you all very much. And the band members impatiently waiting. Now, not to be confused with the candy-colored clowns, we have the Caucasian Ensemble, performing second, and I'd like to introduce my musical friends.
Hey, skinheads, Francis.
You are my friends, I know. Square dancing in the Ice Age. Are you guys ready? No. Well,
I'm getting the hell out of here, I'll tell you that.
thank you all. He says in a really depressed voice, I think I'll just give the tickets away. It's like this kid's in the seventh ring of dogs and handcuffs. He's like, oh, poor little skunk. Yeah, I had to say it. Well, I hate to say it, nothing burns my throat more than to spit out these caustic words. But unfortunately, to this, I was talking to this weird friend of mine last night, and he was talking about the health benefits of prunes. And I got us to thinking, who do the California raisins worship? The California prune. There is only one prune, and raisins are its prophets. You can see these little raisins dancing around this giant prune. It's holding like a spiked fork in one hand, and God knows what in the other. What do gods carry around with them? Do they carry walking canes, like hammers? Oh, that's right. Yeah, some gods, what the well-dressed God is wearing. Some gods favor the fashionable hammer and bolt of lightning motif, exclusively for daily markets. Other gods, they're more casual, and when they go slowing on earth, they wear the standard sandals and robe ensemble, only $19.95 from Filene's basement. Yeah, well, I can understand that. Now, here's something weird about the Zoroastrians. You ever hear this weird religious sect? It's not that weird, actually. Millions of people worship under this banner, Zoroastrianism. I learned about comparative religion in high school, and they bury their people out on ledges. I mean, they don't bury them, they stick them out on ledges and let animals eat them. Well, that's kind of disgusting, but it's kind of weird, you know? I mean, can you imagine the funeral parlors they have in those countries? Frisbism?
Yeah.
Frisbism.
The track where they believe that when you die, your soul goes up on the roof and never comes down.
Wow. Hey. And then, of course, they listen to a cheap portable cassette playing. Like the little kittenish voice of Diana Ross emerging from like literal cubic tons of sonic murk, big production, and all that. I wanted to tell a story about this kid whose wedding I went to, and he didn't want to invite me to his wedding. He was my former roommate, and I still owe him $300 and stuff. He didn't like the idea of me being attending this sacred event, but I think one of my other roommates jollied him into letting me go, so my feelings would be hurt. So we go to this wedding, and it's the worst wedding. It's the worst catastrophe. First, let me say this straight. It wasn't the kind of wedding where you get together with the friends of the group and snort your initial cocaine mirrors. No, it was the kind of wedding that stayed uprighteous parents and stuff. Like the slightest hint of anything lewd or bawdy is like going to be totally out of place. So here's what happens. They're doing the you promise to take this man to be your lawfully wedded. And this guy went to a coffee bit. This minister just would not quit. For 20 minutes, he was like coffee and vaguely blurting out one word here, one word there. We were sitting in the crowd, waiting here. I was laughing. It was making it much worse. Like laughing hysterically while this guy was coughing, so it was like. So, anyway, that was the story about this guy's wedding. So I just want to lay it on you because last night Billy Wayne did something very similar at Main Street Station. He came up to present an award, and here's what he did. He went, and a thin stream of saliva and vomit trickled from his mouth and landed on the bare wooden floor with a dingy green station with you. And, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Charlie. We're going to get out of here. Thank you. Oh, right, yeah, on a sampler. God. One time I was walking on just the end of this song. Me and T-Max were talking about something. We walked past so much practice space, he was playing the drums and he was going. And this bird was going, and he was doing it in time to the guys drumming. He was like. I said, someone's got to make a record of this, but unfortunately I didn't have a tape recorder, so I couldn't tape it as it actually happened. But still, just remember, whenever you're feeling low, thank you.
That worked, Francis. Thank you all for coming to T-Gag's Big Black Book.
I write for a local publication called Noticing. Ed was just honored with our Kid of the Year award. We were supposed to give them a baby red spotlight as their prize, but unfortunately somebody stole the baby's red spotlight. So instead, a baby white spotlight in honor of their kid as the tape-recorded tape artist of the year, Ed DiMenno. Let's have a hand.
Let's have some questions from the audience first, all right? Is there anything you'd like to add? What time is it? Oh, it's only about midnight. Don't worry. You'll get to see a whole set by the Boogaloo Swarmies after we interview ends. Like, this is a surprise, impromptu, last-minute type.
Well, get on with it.
All right. Hey. Yeah. All right. Michael, can you help me with this? I'm feeding back. How about if I unplug the monitor? It's not the monitor.
Come on, Francis.
Jeffrey, why don't you ask Engineering Qualities a question? Something you've been burning and itching to ask them, like hemorrhoids.
What would you know about hemorrhoids? Anyways, because I have them. Anyways, I was wondering, how did you guys all get together? That's the first basic question I'd like to ask.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Asked that question. Nino used to live next door to me in a trailer park in New Hampshire. And we used to barbecue chicken. And we got together. And we barbecued. Why?
Why did you get together?
So that one day we could be at the Middle East Cafe standing on the stage in between Boogaloo Swami sets.
What do you want to do?
When I grow up?
No, with the music that you're doing, who do you want to reach besides the millions? And why do you play music? That's what I want to know. Well, I want to know that for myself, anyway. I mean, I'd like to know why you guys play music. You know, we eat so much chicken. Nino says.
Speak for yourself, Nino. I never get enough chicken.
So, how do you guys fare these days? What's all?
Nino had chicken today, and I had it yesterday. And we're playing a lot in our band, and that's our goal, is to be rock stars and play all the time.
That's great, and I think you will definitely become rock stars. What do you think about your success this year? You had a good year this year.
What Jeffrey means is he had a good year in 1988.
Well, in favor of success. Success? Where did I learn? Well, Carrie taught me how. I'm still learning, obviously. My dad taught me how to play some calypso songs, and then Carrie taught me how to play rock and roll.
Did you play a calypso song afterwards? Did you sing one? Come on, listen to that.
mean, I know it's like on your shelves at the Kmart and everything. And is that a true story? Is that a true story, or is that something that you've written in the Inquirer? Or something?
The original inspiration just comes from the line "Paint in the Head," because I read it in the newspaper, and it was talking about Sears actually, that they had taken lawn darts off the shelves, and the headline for the article was "Girl was painted in the head." Lawn dart.
How did that strike you? Did that strike you as
Foster's Democrat? New Hampshire paper.
Would that strike you as funny, or did that strike you as very serious?
No, of course it's not funny, you know, the little kids are hitting the head.
Right.
But I just
Did these people die? Did they die, or did like this person died and got pecked in the head with a lawn dart?
Some of them.
Oh, so this is like they were doing a
I
survey.
just thought it was a weird way to headline the article. Untold numbers. Yeah, I know. We had the song out way before 60 Minutes. So like, we're not jumping on the bandwagon.
Hey, Jerry, do you work with a boy that actually enjoys the boy I work with? I have a fascination with pigeons myself because I like exploding pigeons. I think that's a...
Like him?
I'm a little sick in that regard, so I hate pigeons, and I read this article.
Jack, ask the question.
No. But where does that come from? The boy you work with, have you worked with a boy like that, obviously, or not?
Yes, Jeff, I have. As a matter of fact.
And you don't live with him now, though?
No, I don't have extension. But I worked with a guy who we worked in this restaurant on Harbor, and we went out for a break one day. We just were sitting out back, and some water, like lots of pigeons sitting around. And he honest to God, told me those various stories about these animals he killed in his life.
And you believed it?
Well, it was...
I said, he told me about he poisoned the rats and he killed the pigeon with his bare hands, literally. And he, as a kid, he'd go on the seacoast and poison these pigeons. Seagulls with Alka-Seltzer. And all of a sudden I said, Dan, why are you telling me these things? And he sort of shrugged and, he didn't know why. But it occurred to me that he was telling me these things because it was a way of flirting, which I thought was really weird. How, look at this power I have, and it was this like really crazy way of impressing me. So then I went home and I thought about it, and I thought, well, maybe a different person would be, attracted to that. And like, the guy, and sort of assumed that they'd be cured for the rest of their life. That's the story.
So you didn't go out with them?
No.
Thank God. Any more questions?
Yes, any more questions? Oh, wait a minute, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We've got to get this interview because this interview is going to go to press on Friday and it's published a week later in the Noise.
Well, big fucking shit, man. All right, Noise.
Yeah. But,
Do you pattern yourself after the thugs?
do you pattern yourself after the thugs?
I'm the only fan of clubs here.
Never heard of them. What?
Who are they?
Well, the thugs, they did that
Ed Sanders,
fucking A-man, CIA man.
What strikes you about the thugs? Because I've never listened to them myself.
Thugs.
I mean, you really gotta listen to that. Have they influenced what you do now with as your David Follies?
No, not at all. They were like real political, and the only similarities is like when they started out, they couldn't play an instrument.
Right.
It was sort of like a jug band type thing. They did a lot of political stuff in the 60s.
Yeah, boobs a
I
lot.
think they're making a comeback. I see their name around.
Do you have do you want to influence people politically at all?
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know how. So we do this now.
Right. So all right, that's very good.
We'd like each of the academic qualities to tell us in 20 words or less the stories of their lives. No, obviously that's impossible. But each of you in turn, identify yourselves, give your names,
where you're from, and a brief biographical sketch of yourselves, starting with.
My name is Dan.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Youngstown.
How old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
From Youngstown, Ohio.
I'm from Ohio originally, and
What brings you to
I've been living up here for 3 years, but I don't live in Boston. I live in Kittery, Maine.
Why?
I'm not sure, but I went to UNH to get
Don't be embarrassed.
I went to UNH to get a master's degree in ukulele playing. Fiction writing. And I write right now. You can read a story of mine in this week's Boston Phoenix. It's called Waiting for the Landlord. And it's in the special fiction section. That's what I do. And I review cheap restaurants in New Hampshire.
What's your ambition?
My ambition is to be a rock star and not a writer.
That was beautiful. Nino.
Let's see. What did you start out with?
Nino, a lot of people are curious as to
I'm 42. Is that? Yeah, I'm 42. And I was president.
What's your last name, Nino?
Nino.
Where are you from?
I'm close to Youngstown, Ohio, right in that area. I was a coal miner for a lot of years. And then,
Hey, so is my grandma.
and yeah, that's what the movie's fun.
No, wait, we gotta finish this stuff. We're only halfway through. Nino, tell us more about yourself. What are your musical influences, Nino?
My musical influences?
You like the Fuzz?
Well, yeah, I used to,
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too many musical influences. What?
He wants to know what your attitude is towards.
Hallucinogenic drugs?
Hallucinogenic.
Well, I'm a fan of hallucinogenic drugs. I mean, get that. Yeah.
Carrie, please. Tell us more about yourself.
Just don't overdo it.
Where are you from?
My name is Carrie. I spent the first half of my life in upstate New York in Gilderland. Gilderland outside of Albany next to Voorheesville. I was not that name. The second half in Minneapolis, Minnesota, also a very nice town. I went to Minneapolis. Well, I lived with my parents and went to high school for 3 years, and then for 2 years I waited around tables and tried to write fiction, which is what I was doing when I met Dan, Dom, and Nino. I went to the University of New Hampshire to do the same thing, fiction masters. And what else?
It's not easy.
Right now I have a job typing labels for an industrial gases company. Tomorrow that'll change. $6.50 before taxes.
Before we get to Dom, where do you guys live anyway? Where do you live now, Dan?
Kittery, Maine. Tell
Dan lives in Kittery, Maine, and Nino lives in Durham, New Hampshire. Let's have a big round of these guys. They get all the way from Maine and New Hampshire. And Carrie, where do you live? Kittery, Maine. Dom.
Kittery, Maine.
Augusta. Dom, tell us more about yourself, please. Now, hold on a second
My
here.
name is Dom. I'm also from Youngstown, Ohio. And let's see. And I'm from Kittery, Maine.
How old are you?
I sell magazines. Which one? Oh, I wait tables. You know, $4.50.
Okay. Here's a question. Why are you guys so great and why are we so poor and hungry? Well, no, let me put that another way. We guys never tried. How is it that you guys can, like, tap into... yeah, how can you tap into... Whereas, we're too sick, you know. We're sick fuckers here. We just can't do it. No. I guess what I wanted to ask you. Now listen, the interviewer has 0.15 alcohol, blood alcohol in him, So you gotta help him out a little. All right. Where do you guys get your sick, weird, but beautiful and brilliant and great head? What a dumb question. Like edge redeeming qualities.
Because they're sick. They're already redeeming qualities.
Because they have. That there's nobody else to write about Okay. Now here's the real biographical stuff that I was hoping to get into for this incredible difficult development. When did you guys first start playing out? I understand it was in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Exactly when was that?
9 months ago.
9 months ago.
The first time anyone invited us to play was probably April or May of last year. Before that, we were inviting ourselves to open mic nights with, this kind of reaction.
With this kind of action here, yeah. I understand.
Is that true? The first time we were playing this play.
I should mention, they used to play at 1369 all the time, and they were indescribably great, and we're so honored to have them back here in the Middle East. We're practically puking in gratitude, but no, seriously. Okay, would you like to give us some idea of what types of songs influenced you? I'm looking at Karen. What kind of music do you guys listen to? I mean, okay, like the standard stupid the standard stupid thing is to say, geez, you guys must have listened to an awful lot of Guns N' Roses. Yeah! But, obviously we're too sophisticated for that. What kind of stuff do you guys listen to when you're just sitting around the pad and exchanging reminiscences about your musical past?
Hank Williams.
Hank Williams. Well, you can't get much better than Hank Williams. Or who else?
We listened to the Movie songs.
Movie songs was the last record I listened to before tonight. And
you should.
Also like Harry Belafonte.
Yeah! Alright, can you do Deo?
No.
Oh, man.
But I like that song a lot.
It is a good song. A lot. Well, now, that's a cruel prejudice statement because Deo is the only song that most people know of Harry Belafonte. So Harry Belafonte has had a great many great albums.
Do it, Francis.
No, I can't do it.
Come on, do it on yet.
I hope you believe me. I can't do Deo, but I don't want to. Because this is Ed's night. You might not have been here earlier, but Ed was giving our Save the Year Award at. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Carrie. Well, I really gotta get this interview on track before it's too late. It's already too late. Alright, let's have some more questions from the audience.
That's not.
Questions, anybody? What did you always want to know? Shots, my place, after the shot. All the shots you
Dom
want.
talk. It's Dom talk. Question from the audience. It's Dom talk.
Question.
Dom, do I feel that one?
Ask me a direct question. What do you want to know? I talk a lot.
No, we gotta
Dom
know.
runs off
Okay,
and down all
what was
the
the
time.
date of your first gig and where?
Your
April 22nd. In 1988.
Look at Bay Courts in New Hampshire.
We don't
Just talk.
We don't remember. No, seriously, I don't know the date. The first thing we did was a radio show on WUNH, which was called, I don't know, Mixed Bag, Rock and Jack's Mixed Bag. And we played for 2 hours and did some radio skits, and we made up, read some stories and poems and stuff.
Can you read a poem for us?
No.
Wait a minute. Ed said, they have a lot of great songs which are like poems except with music. Did you know that poetry started out? That's a hard question to answer.
Francis does.
Well, we already were true.
We all write different ones. Dawn and Carrie write the best ones, and Nino and me. No, we all write them all. I mean, we all write different ones. We don't all write them together. We each write songs.
Dan, for history, what songs did you write?
I wrote the song Bob, and I wrote that song when I was in high school. It was the first song I ever wrote before I learned how to play anything, and it was for my brother's New Wave band. This was back in 79, 80.
Did you know a fellow named Bob?
Nope.
I have a cousin, Bob. He's my best friend in all the world. And every time I hear that song,
I wrote some other songs. I wrote New Distributor Cap.
Brilliant song.
And I wrote Balloon Out of You. And
Can you do it a cappella?
nope. I think
Nino.
out of time here, Francis.
No, not yet. Nino, which songs did you write?
Do an exit?
Hey, listen, this is an interview. What do you think this is, a zoo? It's not a zoo. I mean, you do a song called It's a Zoo. This is not a zoo. We're actually trying to do
Swamis.
We'll get back here. But let's finish this, okay? All right? Nino, please tell us the names of the songs that you wrote.
Well, I wrote hundreds of songs, but the ones we do, Lawyers and Truckers, Lawn Darts, the one I sang, No Small Change, one called She's Too Pretty, and that's about all we do of mine. There's more to do, you're on the way though.
And they're great songs. Carrie, tell us about your songs.
I write the filler stuff.
Don't listen to her. She's lying. Which ones, Gary?
Oil boilers with, Lucky Light, Good Joe, Alan. Not too many places.
You wrote Alan? Alan? What a wonderful song.
Let's hear it.
Wait a minute. Repeat those, please, because they're coming back. Or we'll go over.
5 minutes, cut.
Says you're not missing anything, for Christ's sake. What do you think this is?
press the button right here and press the button so you know you didn't watch it.
This one's called How to Do It Boy. Let's talk about drinking and not getting married. Sunday afternoons, I'm busy, though I guess it's easy to accept the premise of the song. So after like 10, after like